Welcome to Soama Media.
Before we begin, this isn't a lecture, an attack on belief, or something you're meant to agree with. Nothing here asks you to follow anything. Take a moment to like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone who values discernment. This review is based on Church of Lucifer, texts, philosophy, and rituals, a compilation of ideological essays, critiques, and doctrines from the Church of Lucifer. What this text is really doing. This document is not subtle. From the very first pages, Church of Lucifer positions itself as superior, combative, and deliberately antagonistic. The tone is aggressive toward Christianity, toward other spiritual paths, and often toward humanity itself. It speaks in absolutes, insults, and declarations of dominance. That's not accidental. This text is written to shock, provoke, and polarize. A lot of the essays frame the world as divided into the awake and the weak, the Luciferian and the slave, the thinker and the herd. Christianity is portrayed not just as mistaken, but as criminal, mentally inferior, and deserving of contempt. Other spiritual paths, like Wicca or softer forms of Satanism, are ridiculed for being too compassionate or tolerant. What's important to understand is that this text is less about Lucifer as a symbol, and more about identity through opposition. Much of the writing isn't actually building a philosophy, it's tearing others down to define itself. Power is framed as domination. Individuality is framed as superiority. Free will is framed as the right to discard empathy. There are moments where legitimate critiques appear. The criticism of blind faith, institutional religion, forced morality, and herd mentality are not new, and they're not automatically wrong. The text does raise valid questions about indoctrination, hypocrisy, and how religion can be used to control people. But the way those critiques are delivered matters. Instead of encouraging independent thought, the tone repeatedly replaces one hierarchy with another. Where Christianity is accused of creating slaves, this text quietly creates a different kind of hierarchy, one where worth is measured by aggression, rejection of compassion, and alignment with a very specific worldview. That's where things become concerning. There is a strong undercurrent of elitism, even when the text claims it is not elitist. Rejection becomes a badge of honor. Cruelty is reframed as strength. Hatred is justified as honesty. Emotional restraint is framed as weakness. This is not liberation, it's substitution. Another thing that stands out is how often the text warns about manipulation, psychic vampires, herd mentality, and mind control, while using many of the same techniques itself. Strong language, us versus them framing, fear of contamination by the weak, and repeated assertions of superiority are classic tools of ideological conditioning. That doesn't mean the authors are lying about everything. It means the method contradicts the message. You can't truly encourage free thought while telling people what to despise, who is beneath them, and which emotions are unacceptable. My honest opinion after reading this is this document reflects rage more than wisdom. It reads like a reaction to religious trauma, hypocrisy, and repression that was never fully processed, only inverted. Christianity is rejected, but its rigid moral structure is replaced with another rigid framework, just painted black and labeled freedom. There is also a deep obsession with power, not inner clarity, not responsibility, but dominance. The language often moves away from self-mastery and toward control over others, even if symbolically. That's a red flag in any spiritual or philosophical system. The value of this text is not in adopting its worldview. The value is in recognizing what happens when rejection becomes identity. When belief systems are built primarily on opposition, they rarely lead to balance. They tend to create echo chambers, paranoia, and spiritual inflation, the feeling of being above others instead of accountable to oneself. So here's the grounding takeaway: question religion. Absolutely. Question authority. Always. Question morality that is imposed without consent. But also question anything that tells you empathy is weakness, that dehumanizes others to feel empowered, or that replaces one form of control with another. True sovereignty doesn't need contempt. True strength doesn't need constant enemies. And real self-mastery doesn't require shouting. If Lucifer is a symbol of light, clarity, and knowledge, then discernment, balance, and responsibility should come with it. Otherwise, it's just another altar, with different words on it.
Garantani, till the next video.